Just a few minutes to go before kickoff in the first of 4 tests between the Springboks and the All Blacks. With the Boks going into the match as the favourites, it's the day fans have been counting down to. Joining us from Ellis Park Stadium is SABC News sport presenter Nicole Kente. Nicole, lots of excitement ahead of this all-important clash later on this afternoon. Maybe give us a sense of what all the excitement is about and what are fans saying there?
Good afternoon to you again, colleague. You are quite right. Yes, lots of excitement happening on my side of the world. In terms of what the excitement is about, it is the first of 4 tests today in the rugby's greatest rivalry. That is, of course, between the Springboks as well as the All Blacks. Now, remember, it is an 8-match series which started on the 7th of August. Today is just the first of the 4 tests. That match is expected to kick off at 5:10. It is a special day as well, but I'll get to that in a moment. I quickly just want to speak to some of the fans that are here, that came out to come and see the game. And as you can see next to me, colleague, we do have a gentleman here who he's wearing his All Blacks jersey, and then we have the other two, of course, are supporting the Springboks, like myself. So a very good afternoon to you. Just give our viewers your name quickly, please, and just tell us what you expect to happen this afternoon.
Jonathan Abrams. I'm expecting a tight game. Either way, it's going to be tight. Either way, support. I'm a rugby fan. Let's go.
And you, sir?
Between the 3 of us, he's the only one that doesn't know is rugby. The 2 of us goes Bokke by 50.
Bokke!
I'm a Bokke.
Thank you. Can I just say something? Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie.
Hulle weet definitief nie wat ons weet nie. But whilst I'm here, I also just want to rope in one of our colleagues as well, Kanyiso Chwaku. As you know, it's always a great pleasure speaking with him. Kanyiso, as you know, this is the All Blacks' first full tour of South Africa since 1996. So, of course, it is a special day indeed. It's a special tournament. Just speak to us a bit about that.
Well, you'd have been in the media box. You'd have seen that Stephen Donald is here, Dan Carter and his father is here, Justin Marshall, Sean Fitzpatrick, Kevin Mialamu. It just speaks to the significance of this occasion. I mean, when the All Blacks were here in 1996, they lost a test match, but they won the series. So the series now is starting where it ended in 96. But you find that the Springboks have a lot to prove. I mean, a lot has happened within the 30 years. I mean, South Africa have won 3 World Cups, New Zealand 2. New Zealand have stretched the gap between the teams. Remember, this is the 111th game between the sides. New Zealand have won 63, South Africa have won 43. So the key part that South Africa, over the past 3 years, have tried to narrow that gap. South Africa have won 5 from 7 tests. So already, in the nearer past, that gap has been shortened a bit. However, though, when you look at the overall results, we cannot deny New Zealand's overall dominance. And it's that dominance that has allowed them to come to South Africa confident, to come to Ellis Park confident. They've been here 16 times to play the Springboks. They've won 6. And some of those 6 wins have been quite impressive. I mean, they won here 35-23. That was in 2022. They won that magnificent test match here in 2013, 38-27. So they come here, they won here 97, 35-32. So it's not like they don't have the institutional capacity and knowledge of winning in Johannesburg. They do. I mean, they lost at Loftus in 1970. So that will tell you that coming to the Highveld isn't a big job, isn't as big a deal as it is made out for them as compared to other teams. I mean, Australia won here 2 years ago, for example. So that will tell you that as much as Ellis Park is a fortress for South Africa, they have lost there, and Rassis admitted that sometimes look at the game for what it is and don't look at the occasion sometimes.
You spoke to us not being able to deny the dominance that comes with the All Blacks. I just want to touch on the game the Boks recently had in Buenos Aires against Argentina. Of course, we won that one, but many had spoke to the performance that it was not up to par. And so they're not expecting to see much today, as much as, you know, we do go ahead and rally behind our boys. So what do you expect to see in terms of the quality of rugby that's going to be on show today?
Look, that Buenos Aires game was a street fight that the Boks needed. I think had they not played that game, they would have gone into this game without a month of test rugby. So they needed to iron out a few cobwebs, but also get in some mileage, because New Zealand going to this game on the back of 2 tour games. I mean, they were in Cape Town, they were in Durban, they were after that's 3 tour games. So all the players within that 44, including the guys who went home, got time in. And that test match for the Springboks on the 8th was so important because they went another week without playing. They're playing now. So they have had an opportunity to recover from the test, and they've got into this one with at least some mileage after the Nation Championship and that game. So whatever you can train as much as you want. But what really matters is the mileage on the field in terms of game time.
Thank you so much for that. Unfortunately, I am being told in Atlanta that I do have to wrap. I wanted to touch on one more thing which we do not have time for, so I'll just briefly mention it. Of course, today also marks 9 years since the passing of Joost van der Westhuizen and 10 years since the passing of Jonah Loma. It would have been great to speak to Kanyiso about that as well, but that is what also makes the series so very, very special. As I mentioned, kickoff at 5:10. We'll definitely keep our viewers updated. Back to you in